Hello everyone. In this video, we will see about real numbers. We will see in detail the real number system. So let's start.
Now first we will see natural numbers. Now if I tell you to count the number of lines. Okay, now if I tell you to count the number of lines, how you will start counting? You will start from 1, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. Okay, so you will start the counting from 1 and we will take full numbers. After 1 we will take 2. Okay, we will not take half and so on. So after 1 we will directly count 2. Then we will count 3. So all these numbers 1, 2, 3, the counting numbers are called natural numbers. Natural numbers, it is denoted by capital N, and this set includes all the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So all the counting numbers 1, 2, 3, 4 and so on. So it will go on up to infinity. Okay, it will go on continue, 1000, 10,000, it will go on continue. Okay. Now whole numbers. Now if we calculate 1 minus 1, 1 minus 1 is what? 0. So 0 is also one number and 0 is less than 1, right? So 0 is also one number. In whole numbers we will include 0 and we will denote this whole numbers by capital W, which is equal to 0. Whole numbers means 0, 1, 2, 3 and 0 is also included in whole numbers. So all natural numbers are also in whole numbers, right? So all natural numbers are also whole numbers. Whole numbers are not natural numbers because see, 0 is whole number but 0 is not in natural numbers. So 0 is whole number, 0 is not a natural number. Okay, next we will see integers. Now see, 0 minus 1 will be minus 1. Okay, so now next we have learnt about negative numbers, that is minus 1, minus 2, minus 3 and so on. And it is less than 0, right? Now all these negative numbers are less than 0. This negative numbers we will include in integers. So all these negative numbers, 0 and positive numbers together are called integers. Integers we will denote it by capital Z, which is equal to, it will contain all the negative numbers. See, negative numbers also it will never stop. Minus 3, minus 4 and so on, it will go on this side. Okay, so this side also it will go on continuing and this side also. So all the negative numbers, 0 and all positive numbers together are included in integers. So natural numbers are also included in integers. Whole number, that is 0, is also included in integers. And we also have negative numbers in integers. So all natural numbers are integers. All whole numbers are also integers. But integers are not natural numbers because see, here we have minus 3. Negative numbers are also there. And in natural numbers there is no negative numbers. So all integers are not in natural numbers and all integers are not whole numbers. Now what is rational number? From the name itself you can see rational, R-A-T-I-O, ratio.
This means real numbers are ratio of two integers.
After learning integers, what we have seen, see, this is one circle. Okay, this is one circle. Now if I divide it into two parts, okay, so this is 1 upon 2, half. Each one is half. Now again I am dividing it into 4 parts. So this one part will be 1 by 4. Okay, one circle we have divided into 4 parts, that is 1 by 4. So this half, 1 by 4, 1 by 3, such type of numbers are included in rational numbers. Okay, so rational numbers, Q, capital Q. So rational numbers means all the numbers which we can write it in the form of P by Q, P upon Q. Okay, where P and Q are integers, P and Q can be any integers and Q should not be equal to 0. Because see, if the denominator, we cannot divide any number by 0, right? The numerator can be any integer but Q should not be equal to 0. The denominator should not be equal to 0. See, minus 1 upon 2, minus 4 upon 3, 5 upon 3. So all these numbers are included in rational numbers. So rational numbers means the numbers which we can express in the form of p upon q, okay, such that q is not equal to 0. Q should not be equal to 0. All numbers we can write it in the form of p by q, and q should not be equal to 0. And p, q are what? P, q are integers. So p and q are integers, but q should not be equal to 0. So all numbers, all fractions will come here, rational numbers. Okay. Now see this minus 3. See minus 3. Minus 3 is integer. Minus 3 we can write it as minus 6 upon 2. Minus 6 upon 2 is what? Minus 3. Right? So we have written minus 3 in this way, p by q form. Right? Here p is what? Minus 6 and q is 2 and q is not 0. So minus 3 we have written it like this. So this minus 3 is also rational numbers. Okay. So all integers are rational numbers. Now next is irrational number. So any number which we cannot write it in the p by q form. This way if we cannot write in this, so irrational number we cannot write like this. So all these numbers are called irrational numbers. Now see root 2, square root of 2. Can we write it in p by q form? No. Root 3. Okay, root 3, root 5, and also pi. The value of pi is what?
We will see this further why these numbers are irrational numbers.
Pi is also irrational number. So we denote irrational numbers by p. Okay, capital P we denote. Now we will see one more definition of rational numbers and irrational numbers in the form of decimals. Okay. Now rational numbers means, see we have seen just now that it can be written as p by q form and q is not equal to 0. Okay. So now see here 1 upon 2. The number 1 by 2. So if we divide this in decimal form, how you can write? 0.5. Okay, after 5 there is no number, it is stopping here. Okay, now see one more example. 3 by 4. If we divide this, what we will get? 0.75. Okay, after 5 there is no number. So such numbers are called terminating decimals, because it is stopping after some numbers. Okay, now see this number 17 upon 6. What we will get? 2.83333 and so on it will continue. It will not stop. The number 3 will appear again and again. One more example, 20 upon 11. If we do, now here you will get 1.818181. The 8181 it will go on repeating, it will never stop. So this type of numbers are called non-terminating recurring. Okay, they are non-terminating and they are recurring numbers. This rational number will be of two types. One is terminating, that is after some numbers it will stop, and the other is non-terminating recurring, means this will not stop but the same number will go on repeating. Same number will repeat. So such numbers are called rational numbers. Now in irrational numbers, we cannot write it in the form of p by q. We cannot write like this. Okay, we cannot write like this form. Now the value of root 2 is 1.4142135. This means it is non-terminating. Okay, non-terminating means it is not at all stopping. It is going on continuing and there is no recurring number. Okay, and the value of pi equal to what? 22 upon 7. Now if we do this calculation, what we will get? 3.14. This we just do it for calculation, but the actual value is 3.1428571. Okay, so this is the actual value. It is going on continuing. Okay, it is not stopping and non-recurring. Okay, so such type of numbers, that is non-terminating and non recurring. Okay, it will not terminate, it will not stop, and it will not be recurring also. It will go on. The number, the sequence of these numbers will be different. It will not repeat. See here, 8181, the sequence is repeating numbers. Okay, so it is rational. But here, non terminating and non recurring numbers, if it is there, then it is irrational. Okay, the value of pi is, it is non terminating and non recurring. But for our calculation, we take it as 3.14. Approximately we take. Okay, it is 3.14 is approximate value. It is not the exact value. Because the exact number is non-terminating and non-recurring. So it is irrational numbers. So the difference between rational and irrational numbers. Rational numbers will be terminating or it will be recurring. If it is not terminating, see, if it is going on extending, then it will be recurring. The same sequence of numbers will be repeated. Okay, and irrational numbers will be non-terminating and non-recurring. They will not stop, and there will be no recurring numbers. The sequence of numbers will be different. It will go on continuing. There will be no recurring numbers. Okay. Irrational numbers are exactly opposite of rational numbers. Okay, so rational numbers will not come in irrational numbers. Okay, now all these numbers, natural numbers, whole numbers, integers, rational numbers and irrational numbers, together this all numbers are called real So all these numbers are together called as real numbers, and we denote it by capital R. Now we will see how we can represent all these numbers in this way. See, first what we have seen, the counting numbers, that is natural numbers. So we denote it by n. And what are the natural numbers? 1, 2, 3 and so on. Okay. So all these are natural numbers. Then we saw whole numbers. See, all natural numbers are inside whole numbers. Whole numbers means what? 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. So only one number here it comes extra, that is 0. Whole numbers, that is 0, 1, 2, 3. Whole numbers contains 0 and natural numbers, that is 1, 2, 3. Then we saw what? Integers, that is z. Now what are integers? -1, -2, all the negative numbers, -3 and so on, and also 0 and also positive numbers. Okay, in integers the entire thing is there. See, the whole numbers are also there inside integers, and natural numbers are also inside integers. Okay, then what we saw, the next bigger part is rational numbers, that is we denoted it by q. Here all the fraction part will come. Any number which we can write it in the form of p by q form. Okay, any number in the form of p by q. P by q, p and q can be any integer. So, half, -3 by 2, 2 by 3. So, all this type of numbers are called rational numbers. All integers are inside rational numbers. Okay, because see, -2 we can write it as -8 upon 4. Okay, all integers we can write it in this form, right? All integers we can write it in this form. So all integers are rational numbers. All whole numbers are rational numbers. All natural numbers are rational numbers. Okay. Now irrational numbers is totally separate. The number which is not rational, the number which does not come inside this big circle, that is the rational, the full thing, the number which does not come here will come here, irrational number, that is we denoted it by p. And what are the numbers? Square root of 3, square root of 2 and pi. Okay, and many such numbers are there. So that is irrational numbers. Now all the number, rational and irrational numbers, are together called as real numbers. Rational numbers and irrational numbers together we call it as real numbers, and we denote it by R. Okay, this thing is called as, this full is called as real numbers. Okay, remember irrational number is separate. The number which is not rational will be irrational, and rational number and irrational numbers together we call as real numbers. Okay, so natural numbers are also real numbers, whole numbers are also real numbers, integers are also real numbers, rational numbers are also real numbers, and irrational numbers are also real numbers. Okay.
Now see this picture on the screen. It is the same which we have seen just now, but it is given in a very detailed form. You can see this and understand the real numbers. So with this we complete this topic. If you have any doubts in this topic, please write it in the comments. If this video was useful to you, then please like and share it with your friends. Thank you for watching.